ceremony to get some. There's a lot of Star Wars going on in this chapter, I feel, but we have to give the people who blew up the Death Star that was Morrow some medals in a intergalactic award ceremony. And I forget exactly what his title is. King of the Universe. We're just gonna call him Octopus Man with a crown. It's fun to see his character be the guy to, bestow the medals on people. It's fun to see Goku, go to shake his hand and I don't know, to grab his junk,
Play this ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. He had to have known, right? He knew.
Yeah, he definitely knew. He knew.
You think Goku's a little curious sometimes?
He's trying to have another kid, and it's going to be stronger than Gohan Goten himself, and even stronger than Pan. It's going to be a.
I've seen what happens when I breed with a human. Now I got to breed with this squid thing. See what happens.
I think he's going to be expected.
Got to breed with this octopus. See what happens.
Exactly. He's going to be it's going to be an octopus, and it's going to have green. It's going to be all green, but its hair is going to be just like Goku's, and instead, he's going to wear purple all the time. He's going to be just like Gohan, but look like Goten, but a squid.
All right. You've put some serious thought into it. I'm down. Word. Anyway, we get Jocko. That was really good, dude. We get Jocko, and has a really long last name that I did not write down because it was like 55 letters, and I can't write things that long. I can barely read, So
let me see if I can find it.
Do you want to though?
I do.
And that's when they give the medals to Goku, Vegeta, Jocko, and then there's one more person that they have to thank. And then in the back of the room walks Merus. Don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm gonna say both just to cover my bases. Anyway, Merus has been brought back to life. And everyone's really surprised and happy to see him. And he, goes on to explain that he ceased to exist as an angel. And then we get this flashback scene to a few days earlier when Beerus and Whis are summoned to, talk with the Grand Priest. We see them get called away at the climax of the Morrow arc there, and they get called away to go talk with the Grand Priest. We all speculated, maybe he's really pissed about Merus, using his angel powers outside of, angel duties and, basically losing a son. Maybe it makes sense for, maybe it would make sense for them to, be in some kind of, big trouble. And maybe Beerus's job is on the chopping block to some extent, was what we were talking about for the last manga chapter. Turns out that's not really the case. While the Grand Priest was very upset about one of his children ceasing to be, somebody had already come to try to, correct the balance of things on that. Kaioshin went to see the Grand Priest and offered up his own life in exchange to restore Merus's life. So the Grand Priest is flattered by the offer, tells him no, that's okay. Beerus, on the other hand, is pretty pissed off because if Kaioshin had bid it, then he would have too. So I think that's pretty interesting that Kaioshin will forever wield that power over this pissed off purple hungry cat. But no, the punishment instead will be that they meaning Whis and Beerus, have to hang out with the Xenos for the day while their guards, their attendants, basically go hit the sauna, hit the hot baths, the hot springs. So now that Merus has been restored, no longer exists as an angel, but as a mortal, and seemingly will continue to work with the Galactic Patrol. What does the power scaling look like for that? You'd have to imagine so much of what he was able to accomplish as like the top Galactic Patrolman was because he had these angelic abilities and this crazy speed and power that, he wasn't really supposed to use, but given the job, he didn't have to borrow from those powers too heavily. He avoided the radar, stayed off the radar, and then he has to kind of, you know, bring it to another level to train Goku and fight Moro, and subsequently he vanishes. Um, if he goes back to being a galactic patrol officer, I have no doubt that he'd be able to do that job still without his angel abilities. But is he going to be somebody who Goku and Vegeta are going to go train with again? Is he somebody who is going to contribute if another big, strong, moral type level fighter shows up? Is he somebody who's going to be able to, you know, still help out now that he's lost his angel abilities? Leonard.
I think that I'd say probably that, yeah, Merus will probably be that person where it's like every once in a while you may see Goku trying to train with him. Maybe every once in a while, because I mean, granted, yes, he is immortal, but it doesn't technically mean that he can't still do some of the things that he did while being an angel. Obviously, one of the things is, of course, he's not going to have the staff that he uses as part of the angel duties, I guess. But I feel like he still could, because I mean, think about it this way: Goku and Vegeta, they worked up to the point where they could get to they could use their same powers to turn into a godly like power. So for me, I feel like maybe Merus may still have a hold on some of those things. Maybe he can't access it currently unless he does a lot more training. But I feel like that may be part of the reason why he's still in Galactic Patrol, because he could probably still do that.
Maybe like the upward limits of his ability still exist, but
Yeah.
you know, that ease to tap into them. Like we could probably still see him do some crazy shit that remains. Like that's one thing about Merus that I think I was quick to dismiss is like his memories and all of his knowledge. Like he's lived for thousands of years, presumably. His knowledge of all the stuff of the universe and all these techniques, and the fact that he's the person to train Goku to achieve Ultra Instinct, you'd have to imagine that he's a character you could very easily write into it and be like, yeah, how did they find out about this crazy technique or transformation or the background on this new big ancient evil big bad thing? Let's talk to one of their buddies who's been in existence for a few thousand years. That's where Merus could come in and fill that role, maybe. I would hope that he can still contribute on a, you know, a big fighter power kind of level. And, you know, hopefully, I talk about it all the time. The goal of Super for the last couple of years, I think, starting with the Tournament of Power, was to be able to expand the circle of powerful people around Goku and Vegeta, because most of the Earthlings just aren't going to be able to get there. That's why you bring in Universe 6. That's why you bring in Universe 11 with Jiren. That's why you bring back Broly. That's why you bring in Merus. That's why you, so on and so forth. So I would hate to see them bring in a character with this kind of interesting background and then just mitigate him to, you know, useful exposition dump. And then, you know, maybe he can step up and fight a mini boss every once in a while for a few minutes and stall for Goku. I guess we'll see. Alex, what do you think, man? What do you want to see for Merus in the future?
I mean, I think Leonard basically hit it on the head with Merus. I do see him like in the long run. You guys described the guy on Star Trek who's just used to show like, okay, this bad guy's pretty strong. Like,
yeah, me
I
and
feel
Ian
like,
talk about that Warfing,
yeah,
I think it's called.
yeah. So I feel like so throughout Dragon Ball, Goku always finds an ally who was previously way stronger than him, and then they nerf him. They from Yamcha to Tien to Piccolo. You know what I'm saying? It just threw out. So even Majin Buu was a formidable foe. Now he just sleeps all the time. So I just feel like, yeah. So with Merus, it's a way for them to show that Vegeta and Goku are on another level again, and Merus is there to show like, okay, this bad guy is strong enough to be worthy of their opposition, I guess.
Yeah, no, and I think Vegeta's occupied that role for much of the last, you know, whatever 30 years since he kind of made the transition to becoming a, I guess, anti-hero to now very much a hero and protector of the Earth. So I guess we'll see how the power scaling falls with him. I hope he's a character we still continue to see, because just as easily as it would be to put him into that kind of role, it would be easier to just have him not really show up anymore too. And I think he runs equally as much of a risk with that too.
Oh, yeah, definitely, I agree. I just hope that they change his hair.
He does have the most intolerable goddamn hair in the entirety of all the universes.
He's pulling a Gohan.
But like a friggin' Gohan, do it your home. But a fucking Gohan, do it at, I can't even speak, dude. Do it at home yourself, kid.
Maybe because he's mortal now, he'll have a sense of style. Maybe that was his generic angel hair.
Exactly. I mean, look at Beerus. He's been wearing the same thing for what, thousands of millions a year. So
Right.
All of them. Yeah, they got that one outfit, that one dude, and they're like, all right, this is it. Committed.
have a redesign. Make everyone different. Goku wears red now. Vegeta, he wears nothing.
He wears royal blue. Oh.
Sure.
Vegeta the fourth, right?
Yes, Vegeta, Prince Vegeta the Fourth.
Why do you want Vegeta to be naked so bad?
Look, man, he's got pent up aggression. You never know. Maybe he has a heart on every time he's fighting Goku.
No, he definitely does.
Wow. This took a turn very quickly.
Yeah. Pause. You gotta say pause.
Exactly. Pause. Pause on that.
God damn.